क्या आप अपना करियर आईटी सेक्टर में बनाना चाहते हैं? क्या आप टॉप आईटी एमएनसीज में जॉब कर रहे हैं बट सैलरी मार्केट स्टैंडर्ड की नहीं मिल रही है? तो पेश है क्लाउड डेवऑप्स हब ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट, एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म जहां हम देंगे आपको A to Z कंप्लीट आईटी डेवलपमेंट प्लस ऑपरेशंस प्लस 100% प्लेसमेंट असिस्टेंस प्रोफेशनल्स आईटी एक्सपर्ट्स के द्वारा, जो कि 15 प्लस इयर्स एक्सपीरियंस्ड है। यहाँ पर आपको रियल आईटी कंपनी का नॉलेज मिलेगा, प्राइमरीली ऑन AWS क्लाउड एंड टॉप 10 डेवऑप्स टूल्स और क्लाउड प्रोफाइल में बिना कोडिंग के, जिसकी फ्यूचर और मार्केट में बहुत डिमांड और सैलरी है, जो आपको बेस्ट आईटी कंपनी में बेस्ट प्रोफाइल में अपना करियर बनाने में मदद करेगा, और जहां आपको मिलेगा 24/7 कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट बाय 50,000 प्लस प्रोफेशनल्स इंस्ट्रक्टर, लाइव LED ट्रेनिंग के साथ लाइफ टाइम एक्सेस टू क्लास ट्रेनिंग रिकॉर्डिंग्स, डॉक्यूमेंट्स विथ लाइव प्रोजेक्ट टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स फॉर डेवऑप्स एक्टिविटी, ट्रेनिंग सर्टिफिकेशन, इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन एंड रिज्यूम मेकिंग। आप हमारी वेबसाइट www.clouddevopshub.com पर जाकर न्यू बैचेस की इंफॉर्मेशन भी ले सकते हैं, और साथ ही लाइव ऑनलाइन डे वाइज डिटेल्ड सिलेबस भी चेक कर सकते हैं, जिसमें आप हमारे कोर्स के सारे मॉडल्स की डिटेल्ड इंफॉर्मेशन चेक कर सकते हैं कि आपको कौन सा मॉडल किस डेट को पढ़ाया जाएगा। इतना ही नहीं, आप हमारे YouTube चैनल @CloudDevOpsHub पर जाकर सक्सेस स्टोरीज, स्टूडेंट्स टॉक्स, डे वाइज लाइव सेशंस, रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स के वीडियोस भी देख सकते हैं। हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट से पढ़े हुए स्टूडेंट्स मल्टीपल ऑफर्स लेकर आज टॉप मोस्ट आईटी कंपनीज में अच्छे पैकेजेस में जॉब कर रहे हैं। सो व्हाट आर यू वेटिंग फॉर? अपने करियर को एक नई पहचान देने के लिए आज ही क्लाउड डेवऑप्स हब पर रजिस्टर करें। क्लाउड डेवऑप्स हब, visit www.clouddevopshub.com. WhatsApp 9993445100.
Hello everyone and good morning. Welcome to our day 4. As per our day 4 agenda, we have supposed to be start the Linux topic, but still some things are pending in the day 3. First we will wind up that and then we will start our day 4. Cool. Guys, what all things we have already discussed? DevOps introduction, we are aware about it. Top DevOps tools overview, still not yet completed. Introduction to DevOps, why we need DevOps. This all things we have discussed it. But let's go and complete the topic first, and then we will go more into the. Someone is telling your voice is not clear. Hari, is that correct? Guys, responded, please.
Your voice is clear, Vikas.
Correct. Cool. Guys, still you haven't joined our community. Please feel free to join it. It will be very helpful for you. All the notification announcements we are publishing into our DevOps, or we are publishing into our WhatsApp community. Please feel free to join it. Okay. We have already started our topic, DevOps. If I will ask the question with you, what exactly the DevOps is, you can give a very simple. It's a combination of development. It's a combination of operation. They both team working in a sync. Some members are working from the development team, some members coming from the operation team, and they make a new team, that is DevOps team. Why? Because there is a process. This is a software development lifecycle process. It has to be run faster. It has to be run smoother. That is the actual work of DevOps team. Okay, that's why this team has been created. Some people are coming from the development background. Some people are coming from the operation background. The reason is there is a development part, there is a operation part. We need an expert from both the part. That's why the DevOps member can work into all this different phases of the DevOps. Cool. You are aware about this familiarity. Okay, what exactly the DevOps team is, what exactly the software development lifecycle we have already discussed in our last classes. DevOps engineer will involve into the development, into the QA testing, into the deployment, into the IT operation team. Yes, we have to involve in all these things. That's why we are calling as a DevOps engineer. The main intention of DevOps engineer is this all software development lifecycle, the SDLC, should run in a faster way. Cool. That's why I was always calling that anyone can become a DevOps engineer. I hope you guys are agree with my point. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, Vikas.
Cool. Okay. Now we are going more deeper into it. We have already discussed this part. Development people has their own responsibility. Operation people has their own responsibility. The developer has their own work. They have to always work into the feature development with the help of coding. This is the actual work of development. Okay. They have to be involved into the testing as well, because if any of the tester reported any of the issue, they have to respond it. They have to fix the bugs as well. And then they have to make a build. That is a primarily work of the development people. Okay. How many students are from here from the development background? Means you are already a developer. Nandini, cool. Nandini, one line, what exactly you are doing into the development? Can you give the answer to everyone, please?
Developing a code or an enhancement of a programs.
Correct.
How
many years of experience you have?
I have 5 years of experience.
Yes. I need an answer. Yes, go ahead. You are involving into this part?
Our codes. Yes,
Okay.
we also test our codes that in the front end it is working fine or not.
Correct.
If any bugs are there, we will fix it.
Correct. That's your primary role, right? As a developer. Cool.
Yes.
Do you want to involve into the operation activities as a developer? Yes.
No.
No, right? You don't want to, because you already have your pressure. You already have, there are also responsibilities. You have to work into your team primarily. Correct. I agree. Anyone here from the operation team? Yep. Amrit. Yes. Give me the answer. What's your primary role? What exactly you guys are doing it as an operation engineer?
Yeah, basically because when developer are giving code,
Correct.
so actually
not developers are not giving a code. Developers are giving a build. Be very correct. Okay. Yes. Completely.
Package we can say.
Correct. Yes.
So what I do, like first I will install any server.
Okay.
Then like EC2 we are having on EC2, and Azure also we are having 2 servers.
You are into the operation team when you are creating the infra as well.
Yes, because my role is IT infrastructure engineer.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So once they will give the code, then I will install Apache. And then I will test.
Wait. Amrit, you are developing an infra only for the production environment, or you are developing an infra from the QA, dev, all the environments?
No, mostly for production and testing.
And what about the development environment infra?
Not much aware, but mostly what I do exactly is like they will give code.
No, Amrit, be very clear answer, please. In your company, who is creating a development infra? Because you are an infra engineer, you are telling that you are creating an operation or develop, what we can say, production infrastructure, right? What about the QA infrastructure? Who is creating it? This is my question.
Because actually I joined around 1 year back.
1 year is a very big time. Okay, chalo, leave it. I don't want to talk with Amrit. Amrit will not get a proper information. Anyone else from the operation team? No one. Let me complete the Amrit point. Amrit, I will tell you, if you are only creating the production environment infra and someone else team is creating the development or QA infra, then it's a very, very big problem in your company. The code or the package may or may not work most of the time into the production environment, and your developers and your testers, your developers and operation team will always fight. Okay, you are agree with my point or not agree, but this is the real situation. A single team has to create all the infra. Guys, this is the best practice. We have to follow it. The reason is, if something has been developed into the different what we can say different infrastructure, and production is a different infrastructure, then this code or this build may work or may not work into this place. There may be a lots of problem, was an issue, okay, or complete infrastructure may be an issue, okay, or because this infra is a different. Are you agree with my point?
Yes.
What about others? Has to be agree, right?
Yes.
Right. So
Yes, sir.
we are the DevOps engineer. We will create an infra for all the teams. So that the reason is, all the infra will be same. Whatever is running into the dev environment, it will definitely run into the production environment as well. Okay? This is the best practice. Cool. Keep remember this point. Okay. Cool. When I'm coming into the DevOps, yes, we have lots of definition, which we have already discussed it. Okay. I'm coming down. I'm coming more into it. In the last class, we have discussed that this point. Let's assume you get a requirement. You have to install Python into all the 5 machines. Guys, what is the answer you guys given to me? Or we have discussed that point. Can you give me the answer, please? Please be active and give me the answers.
You will use some configuration management tool to
Correct. Yes, we will use
install
the
in all the
management tool so that configuration will be decided, and we will run the same configuration into 1 machine or 2 machine or 5 machine or 500 machine with the automation. That can be achieved with the help of tool Ansible. Okay, chalo. Let's come to the another problem, the biggest problem in our IT. Okay, the dependencies. When I'm talking about the dependencies, okay, I want to talk again with the Nandini. Nandini, which developer you are?
Mainframe developer.
Okay, outdated. I need any other developer. Java developer or .NET developer, I need it. Anyone here? Chalo, let me talk with, who is that? Amrit. Amrit, you are also creating an infra, right? Let's assume you have to install a Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins. Okay, you have to install a Jenkins into the VM. Okay, what will be your approach? Can you give me the answer, please?
No idea, because right now the thing is
leave it. No explanation. No. If you don't know, that's it. No. Okay.
I have not done.
Leave it. Okay, chalo. See, let's assume you have to install a Jenkins server, okay, on the virtual machine. This is a very straightforward requirement. Okay, but in between this thing, this is a infra, means we can take it from any of the cloud. Okay, and we can take it as a IaaS service, infrastructure as a service, that we have already discussed in our previous classes. Now, my requirement is I want to run the Jenkins application. Jenkins is an application. To run this application, I have to make a dependency. There is a dependency of Java. If this Java is not installed, Jenkins will not work. Very first point. Okay. And Java is also very particular that we need a Java 11. Okay. If Java 11 will be there, then this software may work. And let's assume you are creating an infra, okay, and you are installing a Java, okay, but you are installing a Java version 9. There may be a problem. This software or this application may not work. Agree? And most of the time, this is the problem happen into the infrastructure, that dependency is a different, dependency is a different, and because of that the application may get affected. This is the problem happen into the real time. I will take a very simple another example. Okay, let's assume Java, you are a Java developer has written a code, okay, into the Java language, and this Java package or build has to be run, required a dependency that is a JDK. And JDK also has a multiple version. The version from which we can say 8 to 17 versions are there. And there is a application, there is a binary library which is using by the developer. Okay, library which is using by a developer. Maybe it has a dependency that you need a Java JDK 16 only. Okay, JDK 16 only. But this code is absolutely working into the development environment where the JDK 16 has been installed. Now, in the dev environment, this is absolutely working because developer has upgraded the JDK version 16. When this Java code or this Java package, okay, move towards the production environment, same code has been moved into the production environment, okay, prod environment, but it is not working. The reason is the JDK which they are using, okay, the JDK which they are using is version 6.15. There is a small outdated package is available. Because of that, this Java package is not working. They will always fight or they will always blame a developer that your Java package is not working because they already have a JDK and all these things. Agree with my point?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They are fighting or the issue is happening because of the JDK, and developer has told we need a JDK and they have installed the JDK 15 or they have not upgraded the JDK. Because of that, this package is not working. This type of problem has been solved by the one tool that is a Docker. What Docker will do, he will take, when we will use with the help of Docker, what Docker will do, he will take the package, whatever is available into the development environment, package, binary, library, everything into the single container, and they will keep that same everything into one container, and they will take this container and they will move into the prod environment. Very similarly, we can achieve this thing with the help of tool Docker. So their fighting is now finished because whatever is available into the dev environment, the same thing will available into the production environment with the help of this middle tool that is a Docker. Got my point? Now, what is Docker? Docker will create a container with all binary, library, package, PACE, PACKG, everything into a one box. Docker is a tool who will create a container with the help of all binary, library, package into a one box. That can be achieved with the help of Docker. This container, we will pick it and we can move to one environment to another environment, and it will never create a problem because of this binary library dependencies at all. It's that good? Have you understood the uses of Docker?
Because can you explain me JDK actually that I don't know.
Okay, guys, who want to give the answer? What is JDK?
Java development kit.
Correct. What is the use of this thing?
It satisfies all the Java requirements and other libraries.
Correct. Better answer. I need something more better answer. Yes, your answer is correct, Adut. I need little bit more better answer. The answer which is of interview level. Yeah, go ahead. Try it.
Like it contains a lot of binaries and other libraries which
No.
like compatibility of the environment.
Yeah, compatibility of the environment. I agree with your point. Guys,
Like
help me.
most of the softwares use like Java. So it's like I'm not able to.
No. Anyone else, please. Guys, what is JDK?
Development environment for building applications.
Correct. For building an application, the Java or the development environment has been provided. The reason is, let us assume there is a code. Okay, there is a code. If you will run this code directly into any of the environment, it will not understand that which language code is. Or Java, with the help of this JDK kit, the human readable language or whatever you are writing the code into the syntax has been converted into the binary file. That can be done with the help of JDK.
Compiling the code?
Yes, compiling of the code.
Okay.
Yep. What else? Guys, add the point, please. Means there is a Java code. Okay. If you want to make a binary file, with the help of this dependencies, JDK, it will provide a development environment for the Java application to become a package. Is that okay?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Cool. And there are two types of Java environments are coming. Guys, can you give me the answer? Because in the future, we will discuss the Java also. So I'm just asking the question here. In the Java, there are two types of environments are available. One is JDK and another is JRE.
Theory.
JRE. What is the difference between JDK and JRE? Yes. Be fast, please. Give me the answer. When we are talking about developing something, then as a developer, you must have to be required JDK. Okay, because this will provide a virtual environment for the Java application. This is a runtime environment. You cannot develop anything, but whatever the package or whatever the application is, you can run it with the help of JRE. So in the runtime environment, if your requirement is only you want to run the Java application, then JRE can be enough. But if you want to do any changes, you want to do modification into the Java code, then JDK will be required. Okay, very basic interview question for the freshers. Please be prepared with this. Cool. Now what I'm telling, why we are explaining all these things, because the problem was a dependency, binary, and library. Because of that, the different teams are fighting it. What will happen if this dependencies is very similar into all the environment, then this type of dependency issue will not come. And which software can resolve this problem? This problem has been solved with the help of tool Docker, because it will put everything into a single box, and this box itself move into one environment to another environment. Cool. That is the use of Docker. Have you got my point? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. Good. Okay. What DevOps engineer has intent to do? He will involve into the coding part as well, not writing the code. The code management that can be achieved with the help of tool GitHub. Okay. Code merging. The merging of code means some code is written, some new code is coming, has to be merged into this place. The developer will do, but maintain of the code has to be done by the DevOps tool, that is a GitHub. Okay. And keep everything into the centralized location. Yes, that is also our responsibility, because if by any reason developer code is because we want to make the automation, so we don't want to keep the code into the local machine. We don't want to. We will always encourage developer before, at the end of the day, whenever you will leave for your day, just push your code into the centralized location, that is a GitHub. This is our responsibility. Building. When developer push the code into the centralized location, the building of the code is also our responsibility. We will take the help from some tool like Jenkins, okay, or like Maven. We will build it automatically so that the code will get built automatically. That is also our responsibility. When we are coming to the testing, we are not doing the testing, but we will help QA engineers or automation engineers so that their testing will run automatically. We will integrate their tool into our tool Jenkins, and things will run automatically. That's why we are calling we are involving into the coding, building, and testing. Are you agree with my point? Any question?
Yes.
Okay. When I'm talking more about the DevOps, yes, we are involving into the packaging as well. Packaging means we have a code, okay, we have all these things, right? We have to pack into one container, or we have to create an image with the help of all these things. Yes, that is also our responsibility, because Docker is a DevOps tool, and we will run some command with the help of Docker, and everything will be packed into one image, or we will create a container with the help of that image. That is also our responsibility. When I'm talking about this is a dev environment, okay, up and running application, this up and running application should move into the QA environment. This up and running application should move into the production environment. That is also our responsibility, means releasing. We are taking this complete package, complete container from one environment to another environment. That also we are doing it. That is known as releasing.
Bilesh, I have one question.
Okay, go ahead with your question. Have you understood my point? First tell me, have you understood my point?
Yes,
The
because
releasing point?
yes, because actually just I want to know there is a mention of the coding management. So there is a mandatory in the DevOps learn to coding. Actually, I have no knowledge of coding.
I told you you have to write a code. No, code management. Okay. See, let's assume this is a code. It has to be in a proper format, or it has to be always available. That is your responsibility. And that we will not do it manually. We have a tool. That tool will do all these things. In the end of the today's class, you will get to know. Okay. Your question is related to the code management. I will prove it. Is that okay?
Yes,
Cool. Yeah. When I'm talking about the infrastructure configuration, Amrit was telling he's developing a infrastructure, right? I don't know in his company how they are developing it, if they are developing manually. And if I will tell you, you have to develop a 50 same infrastructure or same machine, it will be a problematic for them. They have to be always do the things. They have to always do the thing with the help of automation tool. That is a configuration management tool. One thing. Okay. Second part, if they are developing an infra, and if it's a repeated work, it has to be always with the configuration setup. That is a DevOps activity. Means all the code has to be all the configuration has to be developed with the help of code or with the help of automation that we can achieve with the help of tool Ansible. Okay. Another thing, when we will develop all these things, or when the software development cycle, the complete application is up and running, the monitoring of that applications, means on terms of CPU memory utilization, basic monitoring, performance related monitoring, end user monitoring, logging, tracing has to be done, make the setup ready for the L1, L2 or support team has to be done by the DevOps engineer. Means we are also involving into the monitoring as well. Monitoring setup, we will not sit 24/7, we will not do the monitoring, but yes, we will involve into the monitoring part so that our automation or continuous monitoring will also work. We are involving, or we are intended to do all this thing as a DevOps engineer, and we will do all these things with the help of some other tool. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes, guys, feel free to ask any question. Go ahead with any of the point. Yes, no, please. All good?
Sir,
Yes, Abhijit.
configuring, explain.
Configuring. Okay. Chalo. Let's assume I told you have a virtual machine. Okay. And you have to update this virtual machine every day. Okay. End of the day, you have to update this machine. What command he has to run, guys, to update the machine, update all the packages?
apt get update.
Get
apt
update. apt get update.
Yes. With the help of this, what will happen? All the packages will get upgraded into the virtual machine. Okay. And you have to do every day at 12 a.m. IST. Okay, means midnight. You have to do all this activity. Okay, you will be into the shift, you will do it. But let's assume if it's a 10 machine, you will log in into all the machine and you will do it. But let's assume if it's 100 machine, is that possible? You can do every day the same activity? No, right? No. We can automate this thing. Yes, we can automate this thing with the help of tool Ansible. And this is known as, this is a configuration which has to be do. Okay, that's why we are telling Ansible is a configuration management tool. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Chalo, let's go more deeper into it. Okay. What is the benefit of using a DevOps? There are multiple benefits. First thing, continuous software delivery. The software, whatever is getting created or it is getting developed, it is into the delivery, means from one environment to another environment, it is going easily. Okay. Or continuously this thing is happening. Less complexity to manage. Earlier, everything was manual. If the dependent person is not available, things are not happening it. But at this point, everything is happening with the help of tool. So it's not a complex, it's an automated way. If your DevOps engineer, developer, testing team is also not available, the tool will perform the activity. Things are happening into the faster way because we have a solution. We have created the solution for every problem. These are the some technical benefit for the DevOps. Okay. When I'm talking about the cultural benefit, okay, teams are happy, okay, they are more productive. If why they are happy? Because they don't have to do the manual work. Okay, if I will take in this same example, if someone operation engineer, if I will tell you you have to do this activity every day, you will get frustrated or you will not do the work very properly, right? But it's a tool, he can do for 100 servers or he can do for the 1,000 servers as well. That's why we are calling the teams are happy. Not only the development team, the production teams are also happy because their work is getting automated with the help of tool. They become more productive. Instead of doing this repeated work, they are doing some productive work or some innovative work. They are doing it. Their engagement will be high, means they will engage into some other activities as well. They have a, it means they have a chances from the another environment to come into the another environment as well. The reason is they are already involving into the multiple activities. Earlier, let us assume some engineer who is completely involved in this, they will not able to do any other work, right? Now if he don't have this work, okay, if he don't have any work, he can move into the another environment very easily. That is another cultural benefit. Is for the business perspective also, there is a benefit. If the DevOps team is available, things are moving into the faster, new features are coming every day or every week or every month. Okay, applications are more stable, infrastructure is more stable because it's not developed by the manual person, it has been developed by the automation. Their communication or collaboration is good because earlier teams are fighting with each other. Now they are not fighting with each other because they are not making the blame game. Okay, that because of this is the problem is happening. They have a same infra. If something is running into the dev environment, it will definitely run into the another environment as well. Agree with my point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. They will get a more time. Rather than fixing the issue, they will get a more time to innovate the things. These are some business benefit. That's why in every company or every team, the DevOps engineers are getting increased. Okay, because they are involved in multiple things with the help of automation, with the help of tool. Okay, cool. Have you guys heard about the waterfall model or agile model?
Yes.
What is waterfall model? Can anyone give me the answer?
Means we get the requirement,
We get a requirement, agree.
and then we do what the means as per the developer they write the codes, and after that the
Wait,
story.
they get a requirement. If they get a requirement, let us assume they get a requirement that you have to do A, B, C, this work. Okay. And they will get a fixed time, 1 month or 2 months. You have to do involve into that particular activity only. And after 1 month, we will test it and then we will deploy into the production environment. It can be 1 month, it can be 6 months, it can be 1 year as well. Okay. Let us assume very simple. If I'll take, you have to develop a clock and you get a 15 days or 1 month time. So after 1 month only, you will do the testing and you will deploy into the production environment. That is known as waterfall model. When I'm talking about the agile, we are getting the requirement, we are designing the thing, but we are distributing this work into the small sprint. Sprint can be of 1 week, sprint can be of 2 weeks, sprint can be of 3 weeks. In general, most of the company, when you will follow the agile method, sprint will be of 2 weeks. Means if you get a requirement, that you have to develop a clock and you have to deploy after 6 months also, what you will do it, the code, whatever has been developed in 2 weeks has to be get tested, has to be get deployed into the another environment. Okay, has to be get tested, has to be developed, small part has to be get tested, has to be get developed, has to be get tested, and has to be deployed after 2 months. That agree, but multiple times the testing will happen because you have to run into the agile process. And at this point, most of the companies are following the agile. They are not following the waterfall model. Yes.
Because what is the benefits for that?
The benefit is, let's assume after 1 month, if there is any issue, only one time testing is there and the complete duration has been gone. Got my point? If you will do the activity, if you will do multiple testing, you will find multiple bugs. And whatever the application has been deployed after 6 months, it will be very battered. The reason is they have did the multiple time testing. Here in the waterfall model, only single time testing happen.
Like multiple times changes can be happen in agile, and we cannot change any specifications in waterfall.
Yes. See, in the waterfall, what will happen? It has to be tested one time. Okay. The complete duration has been gone. Okay. Let's assume you get a requirement, okay, to develop a clock, simple requirement I'm telling, okay. And we have taken the end date that you have to deploy this after in the next year. Okay. So 1 year, you will get involved into the development only. And after 9 months or after 10 months, you will move into the testing environment. If it's failed, if any problem is there, they will not have the time to go back and fix it. Agree? That's the biggest problem happen into the waterfall model. When the agile came, they have told that we will make the shorter the development cycle or the coding cycle, we will make it shorter, or has to be moved, have to be done everything every 2 weeks. That is known as agile. When the DevOps come into the picture, what will happen? They are telling that whatever the code has been written, okay, push it, the QA people has to do the testing on the same day. Okay, and you have to be deployed that code into the environment as well on the same day. The reason is everything is happening automatically with the help of tool. As soon as developer push the code, it has to be get tested automatically with the help of DevOps tool, with the help of Selenium. And as soon as the code is good, okay, as soon as the code is good, it has to be deployed into the dev environment. It has to be deployed into the QA environment. What will happen? Multiple times in a week, this thing happen. Okay. And at the end, we will get a product within a very short duration. If I will take a real-time example, GeoMart. Around 2 years back, anyone seen the GeoMart application? 1.5 years back or 2 years back? It was very, very bad. Okay. What they do, whatever has been developed, they have moved into the production environment and people are using it. Earlier, it was not working very well. Okay. But in very short duration, within a 1 month or 2 month duration, all the issues has been fixed. And within a 2 month duration, the application is available into the production environment with all the up and running features.
Because there is 2 times deployed.
There is as soon as, see, we here in the DevOps profile, we don't have to do the deployment manually. It has to be automatically happen with the help of tool. As soon as developer push the code, it move into the testing environment. Testers will do the testing or Selenium tool will do the testing. As soon as testing complete, it will get deployed into the environment automatically.
And then again come to deploy, that is a red symbol.
Again, that will be a designing phase. Means as soon as see that has been deployed into the environment, our developers, what they will do, they will again design the new thing, or they will again write a new code, and then again the testing will happen, and again it will get deployed.
Okay.
This cycle will run in a very faster way.
And this just only use the DevOps, right?
Primarily, yes, DevOps people are using it, or whatever the company who is using the agile or who want to make the things very faster, they are taking this continuous deployment process or continuous DevOps process. Because everything is happening continuously. Here, the problem is, let's assume you get a 6 month time, 5 month time, developers will waste it, just simply time pass and they will waste the time. And every development is happening at the end, very last only.
So because can I say this, this is a cycling process, or the company use any one tools like agile, one company use, or one company use the waterfall, something like that?
It's not like waterfall is completely outdated. These are the process. Waterfall is completely outdated. None of the companies using at this point. Some companies are still using the agile process. Okay. Every 2 weeks, there is a deployment is happening. Anyone here in your company, every 2 weeks or every Saturday, Sunday, there is a deployment is happening. How many people are here?
Yes, I am there on Sunday working person.
Every Sunday, okay, or every 2 weeks?
Yeah, in production, when it's deployed, we need to test in production.
Yes, that means you are following the agile process.
Yes, yes,
Here,
because
anyone in your guys, anyone here who is not waiting for the Sunday, as soon as the code is ready, as soon as the testing is done, it's getting deployed into the production environment. Advait, what's in your company?
In current company, it's continuous deployment.
Continuous deployment means as soon as the testing is completed, all good, let's deploy. Don't wait for the Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
Correct? Means you are following the continuous delivery process of DevOps. And some people are still following the Saturday, Sunday. If all the things is ready, they have to wait for the Saturday to make the deployment. If you will see the duration, it's very slow. Okay, when the DevOps come into the picture, everything is happening with the tool and things are moving very faster. That's why people are adopting this technology, that is a DevOps. Got my point?
Yes.
yes, because
Everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, because
Okay. We don't have to wait for the Saturday, Sunday to make the deployment, to make the release. Okay. It is happening automatically with the help of tool. None of the developer, none of the QA people involvement is there. Things are happening with the help of tool, that is a DevOps tool. This is called DevOps continuous process.
because I have just literally one question. A
Right.
deployment, that means a release. That you said that code after the test is if ready, that
Yes.
after that a deploy. Deploy means a release.
Yes, it's a release. Okay, means we will make the package that is known as release. When we will move into one environment to another environment, that is known as deployment.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, release means, guys, understand the term. Release means packaging everything into a box or into a container. That is known as release. When we are moving from one environment to another means we are deploying it from one environment to another.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Now I will come into more into the DevOps roles and responsibility. DevOps engineer is a good programmer. There may be chances, okay, but he will be a very good system admin person. Okay, means he has to work into the Windows, he has to work into the Linux environment. If he is able to manage the system, okay, that's why we are calling as a system engineer, okay, or system administrator as well, because we are the admin person who will manage the complete infra. Okay, we have to be good into the system administration activities. Okay, earlier we are doing on premises machines are there. Now things are moving into the cloud, so we have to be good into the cloud as well. We have to be good into the cloud service creations as well. Okay, when I'm talking about services, in our all the cloud, multiple services are there: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. We have to be good into this place as well. Everything theoretically will not help. We have to do the practicals as well. Means we have to develop the containers as well with the help of tool Docker. This is very simple, you don't have to worry. Okay, in our day 2 we have already created a container. Okay, I will teach all these things, no worries. And when we will create a containers, okay, we have to manage that containers as well. That is also a DevOps engineer. And if any automations are required, okay, we have to be involved into the programming as well, into the development activity as well. But we will not write the code, developer will write the code and give it to us. That is a complete, what we can say, the DevOps engineer has to be aware about it. Okay, primarily we will deal with the tools. We have to be very good into using of the tool. Okay, we have to be very good so that our all the things will run faster in an automated way. We have to be a good into the system administration activities. We have to be good into the virtualization as well, because we will not sit into the data center. We have to do the activity virtually from anywhere. Okay, as I was taking an example, in AWS I'm connecting to the different data center, right? That has to be achieved with the help of virtualization, and we are always doing the things in a virtual environment primarily. Okay, we have to be a good into the networking as well as storage device experience as well. Okay, if you have a coding experience, it will be very, very helpful. Okay, but it's not a primary requirement. You have to be a good skill person. The reason is you have to talk with multiple teams. Okay, the reason is you have to do the collaboration You are dealing with the multiple teams. So yes, your soft skill is very, very important skill at this point. Okay. You have to understand about the automation. With the help of DevOps tools, we are making the automations. Yes, you have to understand all the automations as well. If you have a little bit knowledge of testing also, that will be good, but it's not a primary requirement, because when we will talk about the Selenium integration, our testers will also help us. They will write and give it the Selenium file. We will integrate this Selenium file into our tool Jenkins, and then this activity will happen. We have to be little bit aware about the security as well. When we will develop the complete infra, it has to be secure. That is also our DevOps responsibility. And for the security also, we have a tool like IAM, we have a AD groups. Okay, we have lots of security tools available into the cloud as well as into the local softwares as well. So yes, this all different activities where we may get involved into it. Okay.
Because you just said that Selenium file. Today I just joined the class. Before you already explained that what is actually Selenium file.
Selenium file has to be written by the testers, not our DevOps work. Okay. Selenium has to be written by the testers people. They will give that Selenium file, and we will integrate that Selenium file into our tool Jenkins.
No, I just asking them what is that actually? Why we are
Arvind, I need your introduction. What exactly you are at this point?
Right now I'm a fresher, and I just completed MCC.
That's it. Okay, cool. I got the answer. Okay. Anyone here who can give the answer? What is Selenium?
Selenium is automation tool to test the code. Whether it is
Give a better answer, guys. You are giving a
Any website.
It's a web automation tool.
It's a web automation tool. 1 point. I agree. Any better point? Anything else?
Means through that we can integrate it with any programming language, and we can write the script on Selenium.
Okay. Who write this script?
Tester.
But tester also will not write. The tool itself will write all these things. Okay. Tester don't do the coding. Okay. The tool itself write the code and give it to the testers. And that code we will integrate with our tool so that the testing will happen automatically. Agree?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Yes, we have to involve into all this activity as a DevOps engineer. Okay. What exactly happened? As soon as developer write the code has to be available into the version control. The code has been built with the help of automated tool. Let's take an example of Java. The code has to be built with the help of Maven. Okay. So that the package will get created. Then unit test will get created. Okay. It has been executed. If anywhere any problem will happen, the information will go to the development team automatically. Okay. And as soon as the unit test case has been executed, it has to be deployed. Automatic some testing happen, and it has to be deployed into the production environment. This is the flow happen into the continuous DevOps cycle. Okay. I will tell you in a very straightforward way. There are multiple developers out there. They are writing the code. Development people has to be involved always into the coding. They will write the code with the help of Git. With the help of Git, they will push the code into the centralized location GitHub. Agree till now with my point? Developers are writing the code. Multiple developers from multiple different environment, multiple different time zone. They are writing the code. As soon as they are writing the code, they are pushing the code into the centralized location with the help of Git tool into the GitHub.
Yes.
Agree?
yeah.
Yes, because
As soon as the code push to the GitHub, there is a tool Jenkins. He will pick that code. Okay. He will pick that code. He will build the thing. He will do the testing. Okay. If all good, with the help of Docker, infra will get created. Everything will get packed, and it will create a container. That container has to be run into the Kubernetes environment. And where is this Kubernetes environment? Kubernetes environment will be available into the cloud. Okay. And if this thing happen again and again, How this infra has been developed? We can develop this infra with the help of tool Ansible or with the help of Terraform. Means this thing has been developed with the help of tool Ansible as well as Terraform over the environment, which is a Docker environment. And how this container has to be get managed? This container has to be managed with the help of tool Kubernetes. Kubernetes will be available into the cloud. This is the flow happen. If anywhere, let us assume you are pushing the code, some problem happen, it will give a feedback to the developer. If you will see this diagram, if any build is getting failed, it will give the information to the developer. If any unit test get failed, it will give the information to the developer, this is getting failed. If anything deployment is getting failed, anything is getting failed, it will give the information to the developer plus DevOps engineer also, because the deployment is our part. Okay. If any of the automated testing, any problem is happening, it is giving the feedback to the developer. It will inform to the QA people as well. Okay. When it will move into the development environment, production environment, all good. Then L1, L2, L3 people will come into the picture and they will validate the things and they will do the continuous monitoring as well with the help of tool. This is the complete flow happen into the real-time SDLC. This is a low level diagram. This is a high level diagram. I'm just talking about on a very high level. We have to learn one by one, small thing, everything. Then we will combine this architecture. Make sense?
Hey, Vikas. Karthik.
Yes.
Because I think
one by one. Yeah, Arvind, one by one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned that there's a totally cycling process and they are related to each other. So
Yes.
I just want to know that if there is one tools is maybe cross, so DevOps will be held at the time, right? Because
can you repeat your question? I haven't understood.
I mean that there's all tools related to each other, right?
They are integrated with each other, not related. Okay.
So integrated to each other.
Yes.
Is a one connection is maybe cross, I mean, or not working. So that the time the DevOps will to help.
See, this has been developed by the DevOps engineer only. Okay. Because developer will only writing the code. Okay. QA people will only write the Selenium code or do the testing. Okay. Monitoring team will only do the monitoring work. Okay. It has to be done. This setup has to be done by the DevOps engineer. If any problem in any of the step, yes, we have to come into the picture and we have to fix it. Got your point?
Yes.
Cool. Next question, please.
Yeah, Vikas, Karthik here. So once that version is built with GitHub, right? So from there, like Jenkins will take that and again testing and then again to Jenkins, or is that the right?
And again, with the help of Jenkins, we will deploy it.
Okay.
Jenkins is a middle integration tool. For every tool there, we are connected with the help of Jenkins.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Cool.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. What else? Guys, ask your question.
Because what is Puppet?
Puppet, leave it. It's an outdated tool. It's a configuration management tool. It has been replaced completely by Ansible at this time. Okay. Forget about Puppet. Not required. We have upgraded a Puppet into the Terraform. Okay. I will update this sheet as well. Okay. Yep. What else? Go ahead.
Docker, the complete container will be moved to Kubernetes. Like after the step of the Kubernetes, like it will be moved to cloud environment.
No.
After
Kubernetes is running itself into the cloud.
Cloud, okay.
Yes, this container will run into the Kubernetes, means we already reached to the cloud.
Okay. Then after step, I didn't understand.
After that, it is running up and running all good, right? The monitoring team come into the picture, or we will provide the infra to the monitoring team, L1, L2, L3 team. They have to maintain it, that everything should up and running. If any of the problem will happen, if it's an infra related problem, they will involve infra team, they will involve a DevOps team. If it's an application related problem, code related problem, they will involve DevOps team as well as the developers.
Okay. So once it is done, it is deployed to Kubernetes, that is done.
Done, yes.
That completes.
Our application will be up and running here.
Okay.
Okay. Then what will happen? It's not an end. Okay. Every week and another week, the developer has written some new code. Everything happen again, and the new deployment happen into the Kubernetes again. right? Again, developer has written some new code. The testers has did the testing, the complete flow happened, and it reached to the Kubernetes environment. And L1, L2, L3 support engineers do them again monitoring for that application. It's a continuous process. All good?
Yes.
Everyone, guys, any question? Because this is a very high level. We are going to develop this thing as well. We are going to develop in some couple of days this part. You will see every step one by one, that from here to here it is going, here to here it is going, and this is also our very first project as well. And I will take the Java code, I will take the Spring Boot application, we will build it, we will do the testing, we will deploy it into the Docker or into the Kubernetes environment as well. We will develop this infra with the help of Ansible as well, and we will do the continuous monitoring with the help of Splunk, Prometheus, Grafana as well. This is our project one.
So because monitoring tools will report Docker build status, or is there any other tools to check the
everything? Okay, this monitoring tool will monitor the infra, monitoring the application, both.
Okay.
Because in place of Splunk means
we can
I hear one monitoring tool name, that is Grafana. That also we can use, or that is
definitely
okay.
In place of Splunk, we can use the Prometheus and Grafana. In my project, yes, we have a Prometheus and Grafana itself.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
One more question.
Go ahead.
You told like Ansible, with the help of Ansible,
yes,
we can write a script for thousand machine. Okay.
Correct.
So
Let us assume your application is very big, like a Netflix. Okay. Thousands of containers or hundreds of containers or thousands of containers has to be run every day. Correct? That can be achieved with the help of Ansible.
But for every container, we need to give ID password like that.
Container doesn't require ID password. I will teach it. Don't beg the questions. Okay. I will teach it. Guys, this will be our project one. Okay, we are going to develop this all things in our project one. But before that, we have to learn all these things. Then only we can create our project. Okay.
Sir, is there any difference between Docker and Kubernetes?
There is a very big difference. Okay, we will teach.
Yes, sir.
With the help of Docker, we can create a container. If hundreds of thousands of containers will happen, has to be managed with the help of Kubernetes. Okay. I'm coming into that part.
Okay, sir.
Cool. Guys, can we take a 2-minute break here to go into the another topic? Just take 2-minute break, just a water break or whatever you want.
Sure, because
Sure, it's better.
Okay. Please be back in 2 minutes. Guys, I'm back. What about you? The time is up.
Yes, Vikas.
Gautam, Nandini, Aditya, Amrit, everyone.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, let's check one more thing. One more person. Vinay, Saurabh,
Yes.
you guys are back? Cool.
Yes.
Cool. Good.
Yes, Vikas.
Cool. Okay. This is, as I'm telling, this is our project one. We are going to develop all these things. Okay. Cool. Chalo, let's come into what exactly the DevOps C process. Okay. 6C DevOps process. This is one of the interview question, guys. Okay. When there is a DevOps will come into the picture, everything is a continuous. Everything has to be continuous. What exactly means is when it's an integration, how this all different tools are working with each other, because that has been integrated. This Git has been integrated with the help of Jenkins. This Jenkins has been integrated with the Selenium. Selenium has been integrated with the Jenkins. Jenkins has been integrated with the Docker. Means every tool is getting integrated with each other. That process is known as CI. What exactly will happen into the CI? Continuous integration. Tools are connected with each other. What is the real-time example of CI? As soon as developer push the code, the code will move into the GitHub. Okay, from the GitHub, the code has to be picked automatically by Jenkins. Okay, and created the build, created the testing happen. That process is known as continuous integration. Okay, as soon as developer push the code into the GitHub, okay, the code has to be picked automatically by the tool Jenkins. That is known as continuous integration. Okay, first point. When the testing also happen, when this testing happen automatically with the help of Selenium, okay, that is known as continuous testing. Got my point? What is continuous integration? As soon as developer push the code into the GitHub, okay, the Jenkins has picked all the code from the GitHub and created a build. Okay, and doing the testing also, that is known as continuous integration. When this testing is happening automatically, that is known as continuous testing. Okay, next we are talking about the delivery. When this testing all good, that has to be moved from one environment to another. Okay, that is known as continuous deployment as well. Okay, next thing, delivery and deployment. I'm not taking at this point this thing because it's very confusing for now. Let assume you have developed everything, okay, and everything is monitoring automatically. Everything is monitoring automatically. That is known as continuous monitoring. DevOps people has created the infra. Okay, and this thing is running automatically. Alerts are getting triggered, CPU memory utilization, everything is getting checked automatically with the help of tool that is known as continuous monitoring. Okay, that is also a DevOps process. When the new thing has been discussed, means what developer has to write the code, the designing is happening automatically. That is known as continuous designing or continuous business process as well. Okay, continuous business process, that is CB. These are the all DevOps thing: continuous integration, CT, continuous testing, continuous delivery, deployment, monitoring, business planning. Everything happen continuously with the help of DevOps tool, that is known as DevOps 6C process. Okay, we are going to discuss everything into a very high level or very deep into our day-to-day classes, but not now. But this is a DevOps 6C process. Guys, have you understood the name?
Yes.
Yes, because
Yes.
Yes, Vikas.
Okay.
6 process involved. That's why it's 6 is we call it.
6 is, yes. Okay, yes. Okay, and all the interview questions will get created with this. And for all the process, we have a DevOps tool which has been integrated, which has been created, or it will do the work continuously without involving of any of the team. That is known as everywhere the continuous is getting added.
Yeah, because Karthik here, that we are also doing continuous build, right? So whether that continuous build comes under this continuous integration part?
Build is coming into the integration part. As I told here, the build has been created by the Jenkins. Okay, and this is coming into this part as well. That's why we are calling it as a continuous integration.
Okay, so the build is not happening in the Git, right? Like for example, any var file or any, okay.
It has to be achieved with the help of Jenkins, and the var file, separate file has to be get created where we will do the testing also.
Okay. Yeah, thank
This
you.
diagram may not be very comfortable for your requirement, but if I will tell you the proper diagram for your build, okay, that which we have to learn into the Jenkins part, I will tell you here. Okay, because you guys have to be very clear about the process. Okay, let me tell you, when we will talk about this part, okay, when we will talk about this thing, what exactly the continuous integration is. As soon as developer push the code, okay, into the centralized location, building, testing happen automatically, okay, and the feedback goes to the developer automatically. This process is known as continuous integration. Okay, here building and testing happen automatically with the help of tool Jenkins. That's why we will call as a continuous integration. Make sense?
Oh, very, yeah. Okay.
Cool. Okay, let's go more deeper into it. This is the 6C process which we have to understand very clearly. Okay, in the DevOps thing. Cool. For a DevOps, you guys have seen that many tools are available. Okay, but for every different requirement, for every different place, we have a set of tools, and what we are going to learn in our classroom program, that I'm going to give the details. Okay, when we will talk about the very first process, that is the planning process, where the business analyst people, okay, will plan the thing, will track the thing, and will visualize the thing, how much things are happening, and they will get a summary. They are doing primarily with the tool in your company. There may be chances Jira, Asana, or Talero. Okay, but Jira is the most popular tool. Around 70 to 80% people are using the Jira at this point. Guys, I just want to know in your company which tool are going to be used, which tool you are using it for your planning and tracking visualization thing.
Planning for Jira because.
Okay, Jira, one person. What about others?
Azure Task Board.
Azure board. Yes, Azure board is also nowadays getting popular. Okay, who has a Microsoft applications? Okay, .NET based project. They are using the Azure board. Or they are, if anyone, any of the company or any of the team or any of the application is using Windows based servers and they are moving into the Azure side, they are using the Azure board as well. But 70% companies are using the Jira primarily. Okay, this is one of the planning tool available into the market. Okay, when I'm talking about the coding, okay, there are different IDEs are available. Okay, because we have a Java language, we have a .NET language, we have a Python language, we have another varieties of language. Lots of varieties of languages are there. But for a DevOps, there is a one tool. The name is Visual Studio Code. Okay, this tool can open any variety of code. Okay, there are lots of varieties of different IDEs available. IDEs means integrated development environment. Okay, for Java, primarily Eclipse is there. Okay, for Python based project, PyCharm is there. Okay, for .NET, Visual Studio is there. But for a DevOps engineer, single tool that is known as Visual Studio Code, we will use primarily that tool to open any of the code. Okay, let's download this tool into our local machine as well. Okay, what exactly it is? Visual Studio Code. You have to download it. VISULSTDIOCODE. Okay, download. We can download from the internet. Okay, you have to just click on the very first link, code.visualstudio.com. You can go here, and as there is a, if you are using any of the Mac operating system, you can click on this option. But as most of the students are from the Windows 8, 9, 10, 11 Windows, so you can click into this place and this software will get downloaded in your machine. Okay, this is of 88 MB, and this software is primarily will be help us out as a developer to open any of the variety of language code. Okay, because let us assume we are not learning any of the coding, but we have to be open any of the variety of code. This tool can be installed in our local machine. We have to do it. Okay, I'm just opening this software. Okay, how to install it? As soon as your setup will be downloaded, it's of 88 MB. As soon as you will click it, this type of pop-up will come. Okay, you have to accept the terms and condition. Okay, you have to accept the terms and condition. You have to click on next. create a desktop icon, select all the options. Okay, click next. And as soon as you will click install, it will get installed in your machine. Okay, single tool for every code. You don't, we are a DevOps engineer, we don't have to worry it's a Java code, .NET code, Python code. Single tool for every coding, we are going to use it. Okay, I am not teaching this thing. This is a real general answer. Okay, single tool for all the code. As soon as it will get downloaded, the tool will look like this. Okay, some free code has been came into this place, and this tool can be used for every coding language. Okay, cool. That's it for at this point. Okay, we don't want to go more deeper into it. We will do in our actual classes. Okay, cool. When I'm talking about the third phase, okay, this is a coding phase. When I'm talking about the third phase, building, there are multiple tools available for building. What exactly the building step is? As soon as developer write the code, they have to make the package. That package has to be developed with the help of some tool. For Java-based project, there is a tool Maven. It's a package manager, or we can say it's an automation tool. With the help of this tool Maven, the build will get created. Okay, for all the Java-based projects, we will use the Maven tool primarily in our classes to build the Java code. Okay, and there are some other tools are also available, like JUnit for the .NET based code, NPNN for the what we can say for the .NET based code. For Python, there is no building tool required. Okay, we will use the Maven for our Java based project. Okay, or Java based code. Cool. There is a fourth phase, that is a testing phase. In this testing, whatever the testers are using the tool, that tools are available. Okay, that is a JMeter, that is a JUnit, Selenium. These are the primarily tool available for your testing. Selenium is primarily for the web-based testing, okay, which testers are using it, and JMeter, which is a primary tool using for the performance testing. Anyone here who use the JMeter tool as a tester? In this group, any tester is available? Yes, Vamsi, go ahead.
Yes, we use JMeter for performance testing. Right?
For performance testing, which type of application you have?
We have mainly a web application, web services,
okay, web-based
API level
application.
testing.
Web-based application for the testing purpose, you are using JMeter. Cool, I agree with your point. Any tester who is using Selenium in your company?
Yes, I mean, a lot of functional testers are using Selenium.
Correct, I agree with your point. I need a valid use case why the Selenium has to be used.
In UAT side, we used that means for any online sites, not any kind of mainframe application we can use.
Web-based application, web-based application testing has to be done with the help of Selenium tool. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone here in your company, you are using a JUnit? Very rare.
Those are developers might be using for unit testing.
Correct. That has been means it's a unit testing tool, which for the unit testing, the developers are using it. Aptium and QUnit is very rare popular, but at this point, the market is of Selenium and JMeter primarily. Okay. And JUnit primarily for the development people. These are the testing tools which we are going to discuss in our classroom program as well. Okay. When I'm talking about the release, yes, release is primarily 80% or 90% market is for the Jenkins. All the activity has to be done. We are going to learn with the help of Jenkins, but there are in the market, there are some other tools also available like Tarvis CI, Bamboo, CodeShip, and GitLab. GitLab is nowadays becoming a popular, what we can say, people are started adopting this tool, but it's in very rarely. Okay, but Jenkins market is very, very good. People are started using from the last couple of years, and it is using it. Bamboo and Tarvis CI, very rarely people are using it, but this tool came into the release category. Just remember the names at this point, guys. Okay. Another category, that is a deploying category. We will make the things deployed, okay, into the another environment. It can be a Kubernetes environment, it can be a Google Cloud environment, it can be any of the cloud, it can be Amazon, it can be Google Cloud, it can be Azure. We are deploying the things into the cloud In the cloud, we have to create an application, or we have to take the infra either with the help of virtual machine, either with the help of Kubernetes. If it's a Kubernetes environment, we have to take the help from the Docker to develop the containers. We will develop the containers with the help of Docker, and we will run into the Kubernetes environment. Okay. All the automations we are doing with the help of Ansible. We have to run this automation over the cloud. That can be AWS, that can be Azure as well. And application related thing we are deploying with the help of tool Jenkins. These all are the multiple tools available into the deployment category, or we can say deploying category into the DevOps. Okay. Docker also coming into the picture, Ansible, Kubernetes, Amazon, but primarily we are going to deploy all the things into the Kubernetes environment, into the virtual machines, over the Google Cloud, over the Amazon, and we will develop the container with the help of tool Docker. And how this Docker will run automatically with the help of tool Jenkins, and it will perform the activity. We will do all this setup and we will run it. Make sense? Got my point?
Yes. So yeah, Vikas. So the code is going to be deployed into Kubernetes with the help of Docker, which is already hosted on cloud. Is it right?
Yes. See, we will take the infra from the Google Cloud. We will develop the Kubernetes over the Google Cloud. Okay. We will create a containers with the help of Docker. Okay. And the application will get created with the help of Java, JDK applications and all these things. With the help of Docker, the container will get created and the container will get deployed into the Kubernetes environment. And how this Docker and how this Kubernetes is getting created, it will get created again with the some infrastructure tool, that is Ansible or Terraform. Okay. Yes. And everything has to be managed. Again, multiple tools came into the picture. Automatically has to be managed with the help of Jenkins. Okay. Means multiple, see, if you can see here in this diagram, multiple places Jenkins is getting integrated, right? This Jenkins part is coming related to this deployment activity. Okay. It's a single tool, but integration on a different place as well.
So if there is an issue with the case of deployment, you mean that the Jenkins will give that notification back to the developer, right?
Back to the developer, back to the DevOps engineer, that some problem is happening. Please involve and get it fixed.
That's completely fine. Thank you, Vikas.
Cool. Okay. These all tools are coming into the deployment category. The intention of giving this information is you have to be aware about it, which tool is coming into which category. Okay. When I'm talking about the operations, operate related things, operations infrastructure has to be get created primarily with the help of Ansible or primarily with the help of Terraform. Okay. Let's assume you want to create a Kubernetes cluster. How you can create it? You will not create it manually. You can create the things with the help of tool Terraform as well. Okay. Because at the end, we need everything in an automated way. So we are involving the Terraform tool to create the infra with the automation. Okay. And when in the application related thing, operations activity, we can do with the help of Ansible as well. And infra has to be developed with the help of Terraform as well. Okay. Multiple tools are available, but at this point, the market is completely belong to the Terraform. 80 to 90% market is belong to the Terraform. Some operation related activity market is available with Ansible. Puppet and Chef is completely outdated. Around 5 years back, these tools were using it. Now the market has been captured by the Ansible and Terraform for the operation related development activities. Okay. The 8th part is completely a monitoring. At this point, there are multiple monitoring tools are available into the market. Earlier, 5 years back or 3-4 years back, Nagios was very popular, but at this point, the market has been captured by the Prometheus and Grafana and the Splunk. And this is a Amazon CloudWatch is a managed service available into the AWS. That is also very popular if your infrastructure is only on AWS. If your infrastructure is on another cloud, there may be chances, or if it's a completely environment into the Kubernetes environment, 90% chances are there you are going to use the Prometheus and Grafana monitoring tool. Okay. And Splunk is also very popular tool for the logging purpose. This is for the monitoring alerting system. Splunk is primarily for the logging purpose. Same as Amazon CloudWatch. This is a managed service. This is an open source tool. There are multiple tools available into this category. Splunk is nowadays getting popular. Prometheus and Grafana is very popular for the Kubernetes environment. If your infra only on the Google into AWS cloud, then Amazon CloudWatch is very popular. Okay. Have you got the idea about the monitoring tool as well?
Yes, Vikas.
What about in your company, guys? What tool you are using it for the monitoring?
Grafana.
Okay.
Datadog.
Datadog. Okay. What about others?
Actually, we have many Datadog, Splunk, Dynatrace.
We are using in Grafana.
Yeah, there are many, but which tool you are using in your company? Yes, yes.
There are many like different application teams that do using different monitoring tools.
Correct. Yes.
So,
see, I want to talk with you. Yes, go ahead. Complete your point. For which requirement, which tool you are using it?
for which so I'm not from the operation team, but then some teams are using Splunk, some teams are using Datadog, some teams are like there are
They
different
can use a
operation
single
teams.
tool also, right? They can use a single tool. Why you are using a? Why they are using a Datadog? Why they are using a Splunk? Why they are using a Grafana?
It could be cost analysis. What kind of logging
Agree.
it is? Integration.
Agree.
Integration.
Agree.
And cost.
Okay. I agree with your both the points, but there is a primary reason.
A skill set with the developer and the no.
Developer can learn anything. Guys, give me the answer in your company. Chalo, one more person has tell that answer. In my company, multiple tools are using. Why? Guys, discuss it. If you will discuss it, you will make the answer questions. Please go ahead.
The specifications might not meet the requirements.
Okay. Agree with your point. Yes, but there is a primary reason available still.
So basically, Prometheus, which for metrics, and Grafana like visualization, where we'll be getting like in the charts, like in bar chart.
Okay, agree. See, yes, this is a stack. Okay, where Prometheus is a DB. Okay, Grafana is for the visualization. This is primarily for the Kubernetes environment. Okay, this is primarily for the Kubernetes environment. Okay, why Splunk? Chalo, give me the answer. Why Splunk? Why Nagios? Why Datadog in your company? If we want to only do the loggings, okay, then Splunk is the best tool. If you want to make it completely automated visualization, then Prometheus and Grafana is the best tool into the Kubernetes environment. If you only want to do the logging, yes, the Splunk is a very good tool. Okay, Datadog is for the analytical purpose of the logging. Okay, but this is a costly tool. Okay, and when I'm talking about the Amazon CloudWatch, if you don't have the monitoring setup team, okay, and you want to take the managed service, there is the option Amazon CloudWatch. You can take directly if your applications are primarily into the AWS cloud. You can just one option you have to select it, CloudWatch, and the monitoring setup will be ready. Here in this, we have to do the manual setups, and we have to do the manual with the help of DevOps team. We have to do the manual setup. Amazon CloudWatch can be managed with the help of development team as well. Getting my point?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, chalo, cool. Let's come to the starting. Okay, planning primarily happen with the help of tool Jira, because these are the very simple interview questions. Okay, for the freshers, not for the experienced person, for the freshers. Which tool you are using for the planning, visualization, tracking, and summary? The answer will be Jira. Okay. As a DevOps engineer, which tool you are using for your opening the code? We don't have to write the code, but to open the code, to understand the code, we have to always give the answer Visual Studio Code, which we are using it. Okay, and which we will use it. Okay. For building the code, there may be interview question, how you are building your code. You have to always give the application. If your application is Java-based application, we are using the Maven for building the code. In our project one, my application is Java-based project. So I will use the Maven for building the code. Okay, there are multiple different tools are available. Don't get confused. Just for extra knowledge, you can understand it, but 100% concentration, you have to go into the Maven. If it's a Java based project, if it's a Python based project, this building is not required. You can directly run the Python code. Okay, give the answer like that.
Yeah. For the front end side applications, what type of build tool we use?
Which front end? Give me that technology name.
Like any JavaScript applications?
JavaScript, I think it can be run automatically.
Okay.
Okay. No compilation required.
Okay.
And Nginx
So
is a web server.
Docker is enough. Docker image we can deploy
directly. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. I'm talking about the coding. Okay. How your code has to be get built or compiled. If it's a Java based, then your answer should be Maven. Don't be confused with that. Okay. When they are talking about the testing, which tool in your company for the testing you are using it, always give the answer Selenium and JMeter. Okay. Don't get confused with another tool, please. Okay. When you will talk about the release, how the releases happen, you have to primarily give the answer Jenkins is a single tool for our CI and CD process. Okay. When, if anyone talk about the deployment, how the deployment is happening, you have to give the answer with the help of Jenkins. We are doing the deployment over the Kubernetes environment, and we have created the Kubernetes environment onto the Google Cloud. Okay. And if someone asks more, how applications are running into the Kubernetes environment, then you have to give the answer with the help of Docker. We are developing the applications and we are running into the Kubernetes environment. Got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Okay. When operation related things will come, how your infra is getting developed, you have to give the answer with the help of Terraform. We are developing the infra and we are managing the complete infra with the help of Ansible. So Ansible and Terraform, which we are going to learn it. So Ansible and Terraform is your operation environmental, and where you are creating all the infra, you can give the answer AWS and the Google Cloud. We are developing all the infra on the Amazon Cloud as well as on the Google Cloud. In our classes, we will develop the complete infra related to the virtual machine, related to the project 1 over the AWS. Okay. Project 2 is for the Google Cloud. Project 1 is for the AWS. Okay. And when the question came for the monitoring tool, which monitoring tool you are using in your company, you have to give the answer Prometheus and Grafana. If he will ask why Prometheus and Grafana, because your infra is a Kubernetes based application, so you are doing the Prometheus and Grafana for the project 2. For the project 1, yes, we are going to use the Splunk. Is that okay? And for the project 3, yes, we will use the Amazon CloudWatch for our monitoring purpose. 3 different tools for the 3 different projects. Is that okay? Very clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What we are going to learn, I think it has to be very clear now. Okay. Yeah. Guys, feel free to ask any question related to the DevOps. Which tool, why, when, where, because we have covered up DevOps introduction, DevOps tools overview. Okay. Why we need, how we need. Without DevOps, everything was manual. Now with the help of DevOps, everything is happening with the help of tool. Okay. What are the DevOps roles and responsibility? We have to be involved in every activity with the help of tool. Okay. Some problems and some solution with the help of DevOps tool. Okay. That Git code management is a problem. We are fixing with the help of Git and GitHub. Okay. Infrastructure related problem. The infra is different. We are fixing with the help of Docker. Monitoring problem. They have to sit manually and sit manually and find out the problem. We have a monitoring tool for the monitoring things as well. So every problem we have a solution with the help of DevOps tool. Some development problem and the DevOps solutions which we have discussed it, and we have discussed the 6C process, as well as we have discussed each tool on a very one-line definition at this point. Okay, we have not discussed much about the tool, but we have discussed about the one line of every tool. Agree with my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because
Yes.
Guys, feel free to ask any question related to the DevOps tools. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. All good? You are clear about which tool in which category we are going to use it?
Vikas, could you please give me some more?
Yes.
on this operating side, like we have certain tools for operating side, right?
Yeah, when we'll talk about the operating side, okay, means we are developing the infra. We are developing the infra. Okay, how the infra has to be get developed? We are going to develop the infra with the help of Terraform. Terraform is the infrastructure development tool, IaaS. Means we will develop the infra over the Google Cloud for the project 2. We are going to develop the infra with the help of Terraform for the project 1 as well as project
3. Okay. So developing the infra comes first and then deployment, or deployment first and then into.
First infra will be available, then we will develop the things into the infrastructure.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. First infra will come, means infra has to be ready, then the application will get deployed into that. Okay. Don't go with this order that first will deploy and then infra is getting developed.
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to know.
See, I agree with your point. The why you are getting confused, because see, it is coming later on, because it is a continuous process. It is assuming that infra is already there. That's where you are going to deploy it. But when we will go into the reverse order, first we have to develop the infra, then we will deploy into that infra.
Yeah, that's where I just little confused. Like
it's a continuous process. See, it's a continuous process, right? That
okay. Yeah, thank you.
And because see, infra we don't have to develop every time. Infra has been developed, then you can do the application deployment again and again, right? It's a one-time activity, and the deployment will happen multiple times.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yeah, guys, Phil, yeah, ask the question, please.
Yeah, because like as you said, Terraform is used to create the infrastructure, right?
Correct.
So
yes.
to create the EC2 and other things.
Correct.
So can you give some example for the Ansible, like configuration of the server, like?
Yeah. Okay. See, I will tell you when we will come into the project 3. Okay. What exactly it is? We are going to develop the 40 different services like EC2, VPC, ELB, auto scaling, EIB, access, subnet, and all these things over the AWS cloud with the help of Terraform. Okay. Means with the help of Terraform, we are going to develop all these things into the project 3. When you are talking about the Ansible, okay, let me show you the Ansible thing. Let me show you one diagram, okay, so that you will understand that thing. Yeah. Okay. See this diagram. Okay. There is a code available. With the help of Terraform, we will develop the EC2 instances, or we will develop the infra. This EC2 instance is an infra. Agree with my point? With the help of Terraform, we are going to develop the infra with the help of Terraform. Okay. When we have to install something, or we have to do some configuration into this machine, then we will take the help from the Ansible, and we will do the installation and configuration into this machine with the help of Ansible. Is that make sense now?
Yeah, got it, because
okay. See, there are two things still. One is infrastructure development and one is installation into this infra. Infra has to be developed with the help of Terraform, and all the configuration installation activity has to be happen with the help of Ansible. When I'm talking about this example again, okay, that 100 VMs, okay, 100 VMs. Why? How this 100 VM has been developed? This 100 VMs developed with the help of Terraform, and when how this get upgraded? This upgraded will happen with the help of Ansible. It makes sense now?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. Okay, guys, at this point we have touched everything, but we don't know the things. That's why you may get confused. But when slowly we will learn the one by one things, you will not get confused, because I will help you out for everything. Guys, feel free to ask any question. I'm here to give the answer.
So because actually in Terraform configuration file, we will give ID, password, and these things for 100 machine. Oh, that's what I was confused that time.
Yes. Okay, I will teach that part, not now. Okay, but see, if you will see here, Terraform setup. In a prerequest, yes, in the part 2 of the prerequest, AWS CLI account creation, and this is your key password. That is a part 4. Okay, not now. But yes, we will do into the Terraform classes, not now. I think Amrit, you have seen that thing already, right? You are my previous batch student.
No, because actually I joined from monitoring.
Okay, fine.
Splunk, I did classes after.
Oh, okay, fine. No worries.
Yeah.
We will do it. We'll go into the order. No worries. At this point, my intention was you have to be aware about all the tool, at least one line answer. That's it. You got the thing? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes. Yes, that's the only intention, to give the very high level overview as a day 3. That's it. And tomorrow we are going to start the topic Linux. I'm not in a hurry. I would like to explain the things so that you will digest the things as well. Okay. Tomorrow we will start our day 4. Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Any other question,
Thank you.
guys? I'm here. If you have any question, feel free to ask.
Yeah, I have one doubt.
Yep. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, actually we are using Grafana. So actually I'm getting, we are checking only orders only in Grafana.
Okay.
So what we are, actually I joined company in 1 year, but I see only in Grafana order tools, which one order we are received on any order relations.
Okay. Maybe you join as a L1, L2 team, right?
Yeah, yes.
When you will join, or you will be a DevOps engineer, you will develop all these things by own.
Yeah,
right?
actually I'm a Java developer, so after I joined in production support.
Okay. And some other team is creating and giving to you guys to use it, right?
Yeah, right.
But here we are going to develop everything by own, and we will give it to the L1, L2, L3 team or developers. We are the DevOps engineers.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
And I will give you the example. When you talk about the orders, I saw that Grafana is getting used into the Dominoes as well. Okay. Whenever you will go and see their, what we can say, their monitor, they are using the Grafana for how many orders are coming, how many are getting delivered. They are doing with the help of Prometheus and Grafana only.
Yes.
So you are talking about the Dominoes only?
Only Grafana, I know. I don't know Dominoes.
Okay. Fine, no worries.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other question, guys? Anything?
Because I'm not sure is this related to this, but I'm working as a project manager and I don't know about this technical stuff, but we used to get some alerts from Nginx. So what is that actually? Nginx is something like monitoring tool or?
No. You are not getting Nginx alert from the Nginx. The alert for Nginx you are getting it.
Okay.
But alerts is getting generated from some other tool. It can be Splunk, it can be Grafana, it can be some other tool, Nagios.
Okay.
Nagios. You are getting alert from the Nagios for Nginx, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes. Okay. See, what is your company flow? I have understood. Nginx is the application, web application. Okay. And Nagios is a monitoring tool. If any issue happen into the Nginx, with the Nagios, it will get cached and it will trigger an alert to your team or to the developer team, to the L1, L2, L3 support team with the help of Nagios for the Nginx. Nginx is a web server, web-based application, and Nagios is a monitoring tool.
Great. Super, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. We will understand, guys. See, at this point, we are on very high level, right? Our complete journey is still pending. We are into the level 0 at this point. Yeah. Guys, if no question, then we can wind up the today's class, and tomorrow we will start the Linux.
Sure, Vikas. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Bye. Yep.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you, Vikas.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day again.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.